Justin Cheadle,
Yes.
welcome to the podcast, round 2. We just had a nice conversation. The whole system shut down.
It was such a good conversation.
I know, dude. I'm like, I gotta wipe the tears away, and here we are going back to start over.
Here
So,
we go.
anyways, dude, welcome to the podcast. Thank you for being here and bringing your beautiful girlfriend along.
She is beautiful.
Yeah, Chris suggested that you be on the podcast, and he is someone I love and respect dearly. I actually went to high school with him.
No way.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
What high school?
Oh, are we allowed to say that name? No, we can say it. Calvary Chapel Downey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Calvary Chapel Downey. Long time ago, dude.
That's awesome.
Long time. But, dude, thank you for being here on the podcast. We're going to get back into this right now.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, dude. I really appreciate it, man. But, hey, you know what? Warmed up.
No, we're ready to go.
Yeah, we're chilling, dude. Anyways, dude, I want to get right into this. You were in the NFL.
Yes.
Dude, that is upper echelon, right? As we talked about before, the top 1%. I mean, to get there, most of us will never see that. But what was it like? How did you get to that point?
You know, I asked myself the same question because I'll lead with this. It was never my dream to make it to the NFL. I grew up playing every sport besides football. My main sport was basketball. I've been 6'4" since 7th grade.
6'4" since 7th grade.
Yeah,
Bro, I didn't even start growing until like, I think 10th or 11th grade year. I was a late bloomer. Unbelievable. I was short and
pretty tall
pudgy.
right now, though.
Bro, I'm barely 5'11", dog.
You better start saying 6 foot.
I mean,
Just
yeah.
start saying
I mean,
six.
that's why I
Shoes
married
on.
an Asian dude. She was a little bit shorter. Dude. I feel tall when I'm around her family.
There we go.
I love it, dude.
Oh, man, that's funny. Yeah, I didn't play football till I got actually to high school my freshman year, and I just remember my mom. I wanted to play football in like 7th and 8th grade. My mom was like, "Well, I was a little bigger, so they were gonna put me with the older kids." So my mom was like, "I don't want my baby getting hurt," you know.
Dude.
So my mom never let me play football. So when I got in high school and I stopped growing, I was like, "I'm gonna play football."
Moms.
Exactly. Gotta love them. Yeah. I love you, Mom. Yeah, so I picked up football in high school. And it was one of those things where I was just like, I'm playing. I ended up playing Frost Off, and they bumped me right to varsity at the end of the year. So by the time I was playing sophomore year, I was starting on varsity. Within like the first game or two, I had my first full ride offer to U of A.
Wait, that's sophomore year?
My sophomore year in high school.
Is that normal?
Yeah, you can do that. I mean, not normal for someone that just picked up football.
I mean, yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
Because I think you said you played basketball before,
I
right?
played basketball, and I was playing basketball. Funny
Center?
story. Yeah, I was until they started growing taller than me. They said dribble the ball. I was like, nah, I didn't practice that growing up. When I got that full ride scholarship, this is how just crazy it was. I got the full ride scholarship, and I looked at my coaches. I low key almost wanted to cry, and not because I got the scholarship, because I thought I had to go to U of A. Nothing wrong with U of A, but I just didn't want to go to University of Arizona. But they looked at me and they're like, Justin, this is the start of more scholarships coming. I was like, oh, okay, let's just keep playing. For the rest of the year, scholarships just started coming in.
I mean, was that exciting, though?
It was so exciting. I mean, I did, having letters from schools and calls from coaches all the time for something you didn't even think. I didn't even think this was going to happen.
Yeah.
I was just hanging out with everybody playing football.
Yeah, right? Just having fun. I'm in high school.
just
We're doing our thing.
I was a new sport. I was decent at it, but we had a really good coach. I had a really good team with other people getting looked at. And I think a lot of coaches going to go look at some of my other players saw me in the interim. And because I was good, I was young, I also had really high grades. They were like, we'll take a shot at this guy.
Dude, you got brains and you're athletic. Height, let's go.
You know what? I think
Unstoppable, baby.
I thank my parents. They didn't play around with me,
Yeah.
They wouldn't let me play sports. They wouldn't let me do anything if I wasn't bringing home good grades. So I'm very thankful for good parents.
Yeah.
So I ended up getting scouted by tons of teams. It actually came down to Cal and Stanford. I decided to go to Cal, and that was how I used football as my vehicle to get me to that next level.
Yeah.
Going to Cal, number one public university in the nation. I was like, dude, I'm set. Let's just get my degree.
Yeah.
Ended up playing, starting my sophomore year, starting most of my junior year, but ended up, I think I had like a bad play or two, and then I got in my head. Lost my starting position, and at the end of the year, I was faced with the decision to either continue playing football or graduate early, because, again, I was always focused on my grades. Something told me to play my senior year, give it a shot, finish it out strong. They made some coaching changes, and I had an extremely great senior season. So great that my head coach came up to me and was just like, Justin, the NFL coaches are asking me, do you want to play at the next level? I've never talked to you about it. Do you want to play? And that was the first instance that I kind of sat back and thought about it. And I was like, man, do I want to play? No, I don't want to just keep hitting people over and over again. But it could set myself, my future family up if I made some money, used it the right way.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, why not? Not many people get this opportunity. Let's go. Run it. Doors opened up. I got a shot to play at Kansas City Chiefs. I was cut right away in the preseason, and it happens. Most people get cut.
Oh, yeah. We used to look at, what was that reference to Hard Knocks?
Yeah.
That's my first time, honestly, watching and seeing the behind the scenes, because let's be real, right? I only see the game day, right? The pomp and circumstance, the fireworks, you guys are running out, the smoke and all that stuff. You think, wow, that's awesome. They must be loving their life, teamwork,
Yeah.
all that stuff. But then you watch Hard Knocks, and I was taken back. I was like, dude, these guys are ruthless.
And like some of those guys, all those guys aren't making that type of money, first of all. And it's just, it's rough. They get cut, they get thrown to another team, they get cut. It's a tough life to live. And then the average span for the NFL is still 3 years.
That's it?
It's 3 years.
Is that the shortest for any pro
level sport?
Yeah, pro level sport. Is that the shortest time for a career?
I don't know, but I heard baseball is a better choice.
Bro, I told someone if I could do anything, golf.
Golf. Yes.
Yeah, dude,
Yes.
golfing, bro.
Yes. If I have a son, anybody, my kids, I'm gonna push them in some other directions, unless they really want to play.
Yeah.
But I did the whole football thing. I ended up my first year going to Kansas City. Then I was cut. I got picked up, went to Green Bay, got cut again after 6 games, just because they wanted somebody bigger.
So 6 games.
6 games.
So you didn't have a contract then, right? You get paid, but you still got paid per game?
I was paid per game. I was on the practice squad.
Okay.
And then literally 6 games went by. I didn't get my weight up because during the time in between, I didn't think I was going to get called back. I had a normal job training.
Yeah.
So I came in there maybe at like 280. They saw me originally at like 305. So I was like eating. I just couldn't get back up big again. But the funny thing was, the week after, I got picked up by the Steelers. So
Oh, wow.
that's when I was there to do a dual head-to-head tryout with one of the other guys' little brother. He was a popular offensive lineman's little brother, and we had this dual head-to-head tryout, and they couldn't pick between both of us, so they kept both of us and they cut somebody else. That is how the NFL is, it's cutthroat. So that was my first year in the NFL.
But dude, you were 280 at that time?
I was 280 when I came to Green Bay.
And then you said you were at 300 at one point.
I got back to 305 by the time after those 6 games, 6 weeks out.
Okay. How fast was your 40?
I think it was 5 flat.
Stop it.
Yeah.
At that weight.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
I was 305 when I did the combine.
I would be terrified to see you sprinting towards me.
100%
terrified.
Watch those defensive linemen. Those guys are. I used to say, like, look, I'm here to block, but those defensive linemen, they're big and they're fast. They're 40s, 4'6".
Stop.
6'4", 6'5".
That's incredible.
6'3",
At that-
6'4",
at that weight.
265.
That's
270.
insane.
How do you block that?
Bro, I have what you want. It's all yours.
That's why I was cutting them half the time. How do you block that? They're literally better athletes than they're as big as us, you know?
Wow.
But no, it was a great experience, honestly. Just to be there, be at that level. I remember getting to Pittsburgh in my first practice. I'm like sitting there. I'm like, man, I got James Harrison in front of me. Like he's gonna rip my head off. Like I'm just trying to survive this first practice. You know, I get in there. I'm ready to shower, and this guy with long hair comes up to me, and he was just like, "Hey, you did good today." I said, "Thanks." He goes, "If you need anything, my name is Troy," and I'm like, "It's Troy." Troy Polamalu. And like, I watched this guy play.
Man with the hair, dude.
The man with the hair. You know exactly who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's a legend. So like, him to be so humble and like just come up to me, tell me, you know, I did good, and like just to greet me on my first day. Man, there's some cool guys playing in the NFL.
So there's humble dudes. There are some
humble
I'm sure
guys.
there's people with egos.
100%.
I mean, you get to that level. Come on,
like,
right?
I'll never forget Troy Polamalu just telling me I did good my first day of practice, and he's a legend.
That's
like,
cool, dude.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was
and
really
then,
cool.
So where'd you go from the Steelers?
No, I stayed. So at the Steelers, I stayed there. I ended up getting a 2-year contract with them.
Okay.
However, I tore my hamstring during that time. We'll back up. We finished the first year. Coach Tom was looking at me. He says, "Hey, if you want to play this next year and make this team, you got to learn how to play center." I said, "Okay," but in my head, I was thinking, like, "Dang, I've never played center in my whole life. Now I got to learn at this extremely high level to play center." So I remember as soon as I got back in the offseason, I was hiking that ball. And then I didn't have nobody but my dog. So I started having my dog try to swipe the ball as I was hiking the ball.
Well, I love it, dude. I love it.
I was doing anything, you know. Then I found some guys to hike to. But then I went back and I competed for a position, and I got that position. Problem was, during preseason, I got clipped by my own teammate during the practice, and I tore my hamstring.
Oh, bro, it's never like in the heat of action or the big game date, right? I got hurt last year at work, stepping out of the fire engine. I told you I work for the fire department. Been there 18 years, and I drive the fire engine. And again, I wasn't fighting a fire, not making a rescue, not doing the quote unquote what you see on TV, the hero stuff. It was simply I opened the door, stepped out backwards, and my knee kept going, dude. And I'm telling you, instant pain. Oh. Like I knew exactly what was going on, dude. And I fell to the ground. I'm screaming. They're like, "What happened?" And they're like, "Well, all right, try to get up. We got to go treat the patient."
Yeah.
So they went to help the patient. I'm sitting there holding. Well, I was off for 6 months, and guys are calling, "Dude, what happened? Was it the fire? What happened?" I'm like, "Nah, dude, I just stepped out of the rig." Like,
stepped out wrong.
Yeah, here's being 39.
It happens.
Yeah.
They say after 30. I think it's more like 33. You got to start kind of watching yourself.
Oh, dude.
You start getting nicks and pains.
Well, again, like 2 years ago at work, I sneezed and threw my back out. Like, I'm like, dude, I can't even sneeze. This is aging? Is this late 30s?
That's what it is. I love playing basketball. It's just, again, I grew up playing basketball. I love it. I remember the last time I was playing basketball, I was playing around. I was dunking, having a good time. And then literally just on a layup, not going fast or anything, boom, just tear my same hamstring again. I was just like, man, just on a layup after dunking. It's just those,
yeah.
It was nothing.
Ridiculous,
sucked.
dude.
But it hurt for a long time, and then that's why I don't play basketball anymore. It's not worth it.
Oh, dude. I mean, I try to play. I mean, Chris plays. He remember he invited me because he plays pickup basketball. Oh. I think it was like 5 years ago. I'm like, I'm gonna go to 24 hour and do a pickup game. Dog, that pickup and go and the juke gone. Dude, you take it for granted when you're younger. Yeah. Because I remember juking, I was like, "Oh my god, what is that muscle? I've never felt that pain before."
You're just not moving as fast as you used to, right?
Yeah, well, because like I run long distances. I used to do ultra marathons, right? 50, 62-mile runs, and cycling long distances. That's different, right? You're talking like more lower and slower over hours and hours and hours. There's no sprinting involved with that.
Yeah.
Sprinting's a whole nother set of muscles and different cardio, dude.
100%.
Way, way different.
100%. You got to ease back into that one.
Yeah, yeah. But dude, how did you handle? So did you get cut after the injury?
Yeah. So I just honestly, again, it's a cutthroat, right? So they were like, we can make more space on our team if we cut you and pay you out.
Yeah.
And then bring somebody in. That's just the business. So they sent me home. I got to rehab at home back in the Bay, and I got paid out. And during that time, I just was real with myself. I knew I wasn't meant to play football forever. And I knew that as a professional athlete, one of the hardest things is transitioning after the sport.
I'm sure, dude. I'm sure.
So I wanted to practice my interviewing skills. So I remember, I think it was like 3 or 4 interviews, just went in there, practiced my skills. I mean, I was just doing nothing but rehab and, working out. So practice these skills. And a family friend knew somebody in medical device sales, and there was a really good opportunity. I was like, well, if I get this shot, I can transition into a lucrative job and maybe not go back. I ended up getting the job, and that's when I decided, you know what? I'm not going to go back to football. I'm going to just make this leap right now and use the money I got for the injury.
Yeah.
That was my money to start with my family, do whatever I needed to do, and start, a career in medical device sales.
Yeah.
So I made that transition.
Dude, you seem very much like a forward thinker, right? You're kind of, in a way, it's like you're thinking 10 steps ahead, right?
I try. As my parents used to say, I'm a structure freak. So, I mean, I'm always thinking ahead because I don't want to be caught in the moment not having a plan. Or like, if something happens, I got to have at least a plan B, plan C, something.
Yeah.
I think it's part of being an athlete, honestly, right? You just sit there and you're in the game, you have your play, but and then even on playing football, they're audible, right?
Yeah.
Because there's a shift in the defense. You gotta react, you know? So I think that's what it is.
We've talked about this, but your mental fortitude, it seems like you are very strong mentally, which I'm sure you have to be to get to that level of sports. And that's something that, at least in my career field in the fire department, we have to be mentally tough, right? We actually have to go through psychological tests while we're getting hired, right? Which is wild because they ask you crazy stuff, bro. I think I was asked like 3 times if I had sex with an animal at different points, right? It was really weird. Yeah, it's like, have you ever shot a gun in a building? Have you ever stolen anything? I'm like, yeah, I took a pen from school. Jeez, I'm sorry, And I remember in that interview, it was the 3rd time, but it was like they don't ask it back to back. They ask questions in between. He's like, you ever had sex with an animal? And I turned, I was like, dude, have I? Is there something I need to know? Yeah, I'm like,
why do you keep asking me this exact question?
I was like, what do you know that I don't know, right? The guy, he's trying not to laugh, right? He starts kind of he's like, turn around. It's like, sorry, my bad.
That's hilarious.
But it's so, that the psychological component and being mentally tough, where does that come from for you? How did you develop that? Because it's a young age that you've achieved these things.
Yeah, so it's funny you asked me. I've been doing a lot of reflecting of how I got where I'm at right now, because I'm really happy at where I'm at right now. There's a peace. And I have to say, as I was thinking, I was like, man, I've been fighting my whole life. Since day one, when I was born, they called me the miracle child. And that's just because when my mom and my dad, they had 2 babies before me, my brother and my sister, Marcus and Danielle. They were born and they passed away right away. Then it was my turn. I almost killed my mom coming out, and I almost died myself, and we both made it. So my mom was like, oh, they wanted another one. They tried again, and that one passed away. So I was the only one that made it, and they told her to stop trying to have kids. So I was the miracle child. Growing up, extremely asthmatic. I was in and out of the hospital all the time. I was doing the breathing treatments all the time. I had to have an inhaler. I also had braces on my legs like Forrest Gump. So I couldn't run straight. Literally couldn't run. I was like running up here the whole time.
Were they metal braces?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I'm not laughing at you, but I'm just like, that's crazy.
No, it's just a crazy story because you hear, and I was like, I'm one of those kids that had braces on my legs.
Yeah. Yeah, but look how far you went, dude.
I would hit people with my braces like they go. So I had braces growing up. So to be to make it to the NFL or to be in fitness now, knowing that like, or I'm fast. I'm really fast right now.
Yeah.
Maybe not as fast as I was, but I'm fast. But to know that at one point I couldn't run because I had braces.
Yeah.
I also had a speech impediment, and it's funny now, but my mom tried to put me in the public school around the corner, and she put me in there, and they wanted to put me in the special ed classes.
Stop. Really?
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
And my mom was like, there's nothing wrong with my baby. Like, I'm not going to let that happen. So my mom took me, I went to private school from elementary all the way to like junior high. And then I went back to public school. But I had to get a speech therapist, totally fixed my speech and everything. But again, it's funny because, you know, they were going to put me in special ed classes. That would have changed everything in my life. And I mean, to know that, like, from there, I was taking the AVID classes in junior high, and then in high school, I ended up taking AP and honors classes. I ended up going to Cal, the top public institution. There was nothing wrong with me. So, like, what's really scary is they do that to kids all the time.
Oh, it's ridiculous. People learn different. Like, I didn't know I had dyslexia until I was in 11th grade.
But they do that to kids all the time.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, if you just didn't give up on that kid, you don't know where that kid might be.
100%.
And it's sad.
100%.
But again, you know, I fought through that. And then the other thing, growing up in third grade, it was just a crazy story. It's a crazy story. I had severe asthma, as I said, but I caught pneumonia, and it caused like the wall around my heart to get thick, and it wasn't pumping, and it was really scary. And I couldn't breathe, and I was on 100% oxygen. And one night I actually ended up, it's a crazy story. I'm going to go into it. One night in the hospital, I flatlined. And
you straight up died.
I straight up died, declared died. And before I had flatlined, my parents told me that I was talking in my sleep. Now, I was talking in my sleep, and I was talking to my brother and sister who had passed away. And I used their names. And I guess I had some conversation. And I kid you not, my parents told me, though my dad can tell you, I guess I was like having this conversation, telling them like, I'm going to go be with you guys. And then it was a one-way conversation because obviously, but why can't I be with you guys? What do you mean I can't be with you guys, you know? And then I flatlined.
Wow.
And so everybody came in there, and then my heart started beating again. That next morning, I finally woke up. I threw up 3 blood clots. And they went in there, they scanned my whole body, and that wall thickness, gone.
Dude.
Gone.
You can't tell me God doesn't have a plan for you, Justin.
Gone. That next year, they're like, well, they even told me, during that time, they also said like I wasn't going to be able to play sports, and I was going to have to check in with them every year after that. I went for that next check-in. Everything was fine. They still, till this day, can't tell what happened. On top of that, I'm not really asthmatic no more. Never had a breathing treatment again. Never.
Gone.
Never inhaler. It was complete different from my childhood after that.
Dude.
But that night alone just changed everything.
Yeah.
So I've been fighting my whole life.
Yeah, you've been through a lot.
Been fighting my whole life. Yeah.
I mean, let's be real. Most people that would probably change them for the rest of their life for the worse, but it seems like you used it as fuel to the fire.
Yeah. I was just like, man, I'm going to play sports. I'm going to be the best I can playing sports. I mean, I'm going to go to school. I'm going to get the best grades I can. Why not?
Yeah.
You know, I think it even helped a little bit. I kind of like it when I feel like somebody, there's a little chip on my shoulder. I don't know if that's okay, but like I kind of use it as a motivation, you know?
You should.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you totally should. I mean, what also I like about you, man, I've kind of noticed and learned is you're not afraid to talk about your faith or say, you know, God's looking out for you or whatever it may be, or, you know, what God's done in your life. Like, where does that come from?
You know, honestly, God has been so good for me. I grew up, and you said earlier, how can you not say God doesn't have a plan for you? Mm-hmm. And when you go through all that, you can tell you're meant for something. You don't know what you're meant for, but he's from day one, he's been making sure I kept going. Not only I kept going, I excelled. When people told me, Hey, no, you should be in special ed. No, I'm gonna go be in AP classes. No, you're not gonna play sports again. No, I'm gonna be the best athlete I can be. You know, and I just think that right there made me like, I'm so sorry. I caught a cramp in my leg.
No,
Like, I was working out
good,
hard today. I gotta stretch that out. I'm so sorry.
you're gonna keep
Dude,
going. Just stretch it out,
I'm
dude.
gonna be real with you. I'm in these
Yeah.
last days, and like
Oh, we're gonna talk about it.
I
know. We're gonna talk about it.
I'm gonna just stretch that out a little bit.
You do
But
stretch it out.
God is he's always looked out for me.
Yeah.
And I just think I went away from him and I was broken.
Yeah.
And I realized that. And you know, I made a lot of selfish decisions, and I found myself, no matter what it may look like, cars, money, you know, playing in the NFL, girls, whatever the case may look like, I was broken. And it really took me it really took me moving next door to a pastor and finding him again.
Imagine that, dog.
Yeah, I moved next door to a pastor.
Oh, how the Lord works in His ways.
And I love it. Honestly, moving next door to my pastor has been the best. I actually gained another father figure.
Yeah.
Another father figure, or another role model, another man figure, like you know, mentor right next door. And it's really he's really actually changed my life. So.
It's huge, right? When you see another man speaking about their faith, but you also see them living it out. But they're also not afraid to tell you, like, hey, I've screwed up and done this, right? To me, that's very encouraging, because it's almost like social media, right? Everyone always wants to put out the best. This is what the best. I mean, who wants to put up sob stories on social media, right? I get it. We don't want everyone to know our dirt, but you know, when you can trust somebody and you can talk to them and tell them your struggles, and it's like, hey, I've been there. You're yes, you've done some bad things, but there's a way out. We can figure this out, you know?
Relatable, man. So many people are doing bad things, and the problem is, I think no one's telling them that they can get out of it.
Yeah.
That doesn't define them. And like, they don't have to keep making the same decisions. And like, it's also okay. Like, it's okay that you did that, but like, just stop doing it.
Yeah.
You know, just stop doing it. You know,
Right.
we've all done dirt, you know, and like, we all sin, whatever the case may be. But like, you know, I try to tell people, just my truth, and I'm real. Like, I talk to people about, drugs. I've talked to people about girls. I've talked to people about making bad decisions, whatever the case may be. Anywhere I can relate to them on, and like, I just tell them what it is. That way they can learn sooner than I learn. You know what I mean? I can help them out, because most people are sitting there beating themselves up in their head.
Oh, I've lived that. Oh yeah, I struggle with that still at times. I mean, and you look at the people and what I call heroes of the faith in the Bible, dude. God didn't call them after they got better. He met them right in their madness, right in the middle of their sin. And you look at, you know, like I said before, King David, right? He's still considered a man after God's own heart, even after he committed adultery and had the woman's wife sent to the front, or woman's husband sent to the front lines and killed. Like, that's crazy, right? You're talking jail time probably around here, or whatever, if that were to happen.
Yeah.
If you were to put those people in today's standards, man, they'd be shamed to death. Yet Jesus still called them and he loved them. And the woman at the well, right? He told her sin. But he's like, I'm going to give you water that's living water that flows for life. Go and sin no more. That's it. Like, I love you. Yes, you've screwed up in the past. I know you're with a bunch of different men that aren't your husband right now. But why don't you go back and change and just don't do it anymore? And it's simple, like we talked about, but yet we complicate it. And I relate it back to my own life, Justin, because I was not a good man for a long time, dude. I was arrogant, pompous. I didn't care who I hurt, what I did. I was going to live for pleasure, for fun. I mean, when you got someone, I was lucky enough to achieve a lot young and early, came with hard work, wasn't handed to me. But yeah, you got a guy who's 20, 21, and now I'm working in a career, saving people's lives, doing, you know, quote unquote, the dream job. I'm getting fat paychecks for this. I was like, let's go have some fun, man. I walked away from my faith. I was raised in a Christian home. Now, I don't think I made my faith truly my own at that time, because I was forced to go to church, right? You're going Wednesday, you're going Sunday, you're going to all the Bible studies. And once I became my own man, I was like, dude, I'm out of here. I'm going to do my own thing. Like, who cares? And Oh, I can't tell you the mess that I made in my life. And even, I was married once and I was very selfish and I made a lot of mistakes and I didn't even care. And I look back on that and there's so much regret, dude. And there's so much shame that came with that, not just for me, but what I put on my family and what they witnessed. And dude, I've had everything I wanted, man. I have my homes, I have cars, property, the bank account, whatever you want to call it, my motorcycle. I've been able to surf and do things around the world whenever I want.
Yeah.
And there came a point, like it was in this room, bed used to be up here, and I remember feeling so broken, dude. I'm thinking, is this it? Is this what everyone calls the top? This is life? Like I am so utterly empty and broken. And I remember crying that night, and I just said, look, man, I'm going to give you a month, right? Lord, take this pain and this shame away. And here I am, right? Wagering with the God of the universe like an idiot because I was still arrogant at the time, right? I'm going to give you a month. And I remember that night sleeping the best I ever had, dude. And I woke up that morning, downloaded the Bible app, and all I did was take it a verse a day. And that 1 month turned to 2, 3, 6. And then my now wife, she was my fiance at the time. And we had been through a lot. We were not good to each other. And she changed. She started listening to Greg Laurie on the radio, and she got baptized. I remember witnessing that, dude. And it's what my third time telling you the story. And it still hits me because it wasn't just words, but when you physically see someone that you love change, it's powerful. I mean, you're watching the Holy Spirit move. And it's that right there was like, okay, there's something to this. And I need to change here. And we both did, and it healed our relationship to the point you look at now, like people say miracles don't happen. Bro, I'm a miracle. That's what I tell people. Like, if God can change a man like me, he can change anybody.
100%.
I mean, I have my beautiful daughter, and my son's going to be here in a couple months, and I see the joy and peace in my home and what we have, and it just makes me so utterly thankful because I just don't feel like I deserve it, and yet he still wants to help us and provide for us and give us the things to make us happy because he loves us. And it just brings me to such a place of massive thankfulness. Massive thankfulness, because I'm going to tell you right now, I have myself in positions where I could have been killed. I was doing things I should not have been doing and hanging out with people I never should have been around. And I'm thinking now, I'm like, dude, you were running after a runaway the entire time. I didn't even realize it. And that's the beauty of God's love, is like he's chasing everyone. He's just like, open your eyes, man. I'm right here. Yeah. I have the keys to life. All you have to do is believe in me, right? The greatest story that I tell people is I get asked to speak now at my testimony and stuff, and I have a hard time doing that. Not speaking, but there's this kind of imposter syndrome that I deal with because I know who I was. I know how I can be. Like, who am I to be up on this stage right now? I don't deserve to be up here. Like, dude, can't you go get someone who went through seminary or whatever? But it's not Jairus. It's Dismas. He was a thief on the cross. Mm-hmm. And while he was next to Jesus on the cross, he said, "Truly, remember me when you go into your kingdom." Like, he had a realization that Jesus Christ is God. This is truly God in flesh.
Yes.
And Jesus turned to him and said, "Hey, today you'll be with me in paradise." You know what that shows me? It's not about the church you attend. It is not about how much money you give to a church. It's not about how many Bible studies you've been to. None of that. It is instant. He just wants your heart. It's a relationship. And once that finally dawned on me, it just changed everything for me. Like, all right, I'm going to make this relationship. It just changed me, man. That unending grace that feels so undeserved is so incredibly beautiful. The Bible says that he trades beauty for ashes. And I'm a living example, Justin, of it. And just every day I'm so incredibly thankful for it, man.
I love that. I mean, just hearing you talk about him, and you keep wondering, like, why you're the perfect person. Oh. You're the perfect person to be at those speaking events, because those men need to hear your story. And even listening to your story right now, it's a great example for men to listen to realize that, God is great. God can change you no matter where you've been, no matter where you are. He can meet you, and you just got to trust him. You got to just live a righteous life.
Yeah.
Just do what we should be doing anyway.
Right?
Be,
Yeah.
be light in this world.
Yeah.
I mean, in a time where there's so much darkness, just be light in this world. Help people. Help yourself. Be an example.
Dude, you have something that's pretty cool here. You say fitness is the lane, but building something that lasts is the mission. That right there, I kind of read that a few times. I'm like, dude, this guy's smart, man. I like that. So, like, leading from where you were in football to your faith and where you're at now and your business and training. Now, to say this too, when we say training, can you just clarify what that is so people know?
Yeah. Should I like go back and maybe even talk about how I even got into training?
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
that's. I mean, when I read
Yeah.
this, right, fitness is the lane, but building something that lasts is the mission. Like, what does that look like in your training and in like long term, right? Your training and in long term, because that's almost like a statement for life, man.
You know, I just think training people and getting that experience, you get a chance to really get to know people, right? Get to know people, and like it's much more like I get transformations. We change the body. In fact, all trainers get transformations. That's their job. But like, it's what else can you bring to them? And like a lot of these people training, they have so many other issues, right? So you get a chance to really help mentor them a little bit or make a difference in their life. Or my favorite thing is this. I watch somebody have a transformation, and I love watching their confidence that they gain from it. That confidence goes over not only just how they walk around the gym and how they carry themselves, they go home, they're better spouses, they're better dads, or better wives, better moms. You know, they go back and they kill it professionally because they feel that much better about themselves. It's such a great thing to see. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And that's the part that I really love about it all, you know. And you know, even like you get somebody else and you save their life for their health, you know, they these are the things that, you know, on social media, like we're always just looking for abs, bigger glutes, whatever the case may be, like whatever. Like no, like change your life and like you know, change your health around. You know, those are the things that make me want to train more. I have an awesome community, just with everything I've built. I'm sure we'll go into it, but I mean, I just to see my community show up for me day in and day out, not just like who I train, but like I host different events. I have this one called 100 Men versus Gorilla right now. And
Wait, what? 100 men versus a
100 Men
gorilla?
versus a gorilla. Yeah, it's
What the heck
awesome.
is that?
Look, it's probably one of my favorite things right now going on in my business. It's 100 Men versus a gorilla. Let's go back. Do you remember that viral meme? There's 100 men versus a gorilla.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So I was just like, I want to create those 100 men that would whoop that gorilla's butt. You know what I mean? But the whole thing is I create this event and we first open up in prayer. I love it. I gotta open up in prayer.
Let's go.
I gotta bless every man in that building. I set it at 6 a.m. on a Saturday. That way I know people are serious.
Who wants it, huh?
Who wants it?
Oh, let's go.
So
I love
like
it. I
6
love it.
a.m. is on Saturday. The gym is still closed. I have a DJ come in there, play some music for us, and we catch a lift. I've had open lifts, but this last time I led the lift, and it was awesome. Like and not only did I lead the lift, I did it with them. We died together. It was amazing. And then we break bread. Like I make sure we feed them good food. We feed them good food, and then I bring in a guest speaker. I might have you come in sometime.
Hey.
I'm gonna plug that in right now,
Brother, whatever you need, I'll always be here for you, man.
I love your energy. I think the men would love to hear from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
We bring in a guest speaker. That way, I'm not only working on their physical, but their mental, their spiritual, their professionally, everything. I want to build better men, and the reason why is men are the leaders of their families. They have a chance to lead their wives, their families, their kids.
Yeah.
So building better men, it trickles down. And like I just feel like I can have a better impact. Yeah. If I can change a man, make him feel better about him, do whatever I can to help him so he can help his family out, I'm doing so much more than just a transformation.
Dude, so you're in there doing the lifts you're not just telling them what to do, you're doing
I
it.
straight grinded with them.
I love it.
And I was dying, you know. I'm talking and leading and doing the motions. I'm like, I can't be the one to die out.
Yeah,
you know, I'm leading.
100%.
But it was awesome. And I'll always do it like that from here on out.
Has Chris ever attended?
No, but he's going to. No, but you haven't done the lift.
I
Yet.
love it,
I changed.
dude.
I switched the lift. And Chris always comes like 30 minutes late.
Oh, man, classic.
And
Dude,
then
I love
hangs
it,
out.
dude. Yeah.
But Chris is awesome. Man. I'm gonna get him to do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get him to do the workout.
I love it. So people know Chris is in the studio right now.
Yeah.
Sitting over. So I'm just looking at him laughing, dude. Like, yeah, you can do it, Chris.
So maybe come to the next one. So the next one is going to be April 25th. And I have one of my former teammates from Cal. He's also a ex-NFL guy. He's actually technically doing all men's yoga out in Chicago right now. So I was like, bro, I'm doing all men's fitness right now. You're doing all men's yoga. This is a great time to link wellness and fitness together for all men's community.
Wow.
So we're going to link up on April 25th, and I'm going to do a little fitness, and then he's going to come in and do the yoga part. And, hopefully we get to bless him in that day.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I love what you're doing. That is so, I would love, well, look, man, I'm a cardio guy, okay? I'll cycle and run all day, so you might need to put some 5 or 10 pounders out, dude. I can get it done.
Just come hang out with us, man. The thing is, it's for a space for men of all fitness capabilities. And like, what I really love about it is we create this brotherhood, and I love it because I remember the first time I ran the event, guys can walk around the gym and egos and but like after I ran that first event, we had like 40, 50 guys. After that, it was like, what's up? What's up? Hey, what's up?
Good energy.
It changed the energy of the gym with some of the guys. And I was told that, and I was like, I'm on to something. Like,
that's huge.
I'm on to something.
Yeah.
And then like, man, I can't walk into the gym. And I walked in today, said what's up to this guy. Then my client was like, dude, you know everybody. I'm like, this is gorilla.
That's so sick, dude. So this gym, where is this location at?
So I'm at Madhouse in Cudahy.
Madhouse in Cudahy. Do you own that gym, or is that just where you go?
I do not own that gym.
Okay.
I was one of the first trainers at that gym when they first originally we opened up during the pandemic. I was at a gym called KillFit, and the owners of Macrofit, which is a meal prep company, we all merged together and we created Madhouse. So they were supposed to handle all the meal preps and everything, and we brought all the trainers from KillFit. That was essentially the idea of it all.
That's dope.
Things happen, but this gym, best gym right now in SoCal.
Dude, so
it's legit.
You chose that location, Cudahy, right?
It's in Cudahy.
Because I've known trainers throughout the years, and they're always like, I need to go to LA, or I got to go to this part in Orange County. This is like the big cities, right? Mm-hmm. What made you choose that area?
I think that was just the area of the meal prep company, and then the other gym was in Bell Gardens, and they found this warehouse. They took over for the Force 12 that was over there. There was another gym. The vision of the two brothers that work there, the vision, it's an amazing gym. Honestly, like, I tell them all the time, I want my own gym, and they set the bar so high in there, and it's an amazing gym. Like it's one of the best gyms out in SoCal easily. You just have to go there and you're going to be like, whoa, like you got this. We just added actually Madhouse 2.0. So they added an expansion. So they got the whole warehouse, and it's like 2 different vibes and best equipment. You got food. You got power lifters in there. You got influencers in there. You got regular gym folks just in there.
So solid mix.
It's a solid mix, and then they do everything. They have events for everybody, which the community of Madhouse is a pretty solid community.
What do you think? Because I think about this often. Because there came a point in my life, I just stopped. Like I was very motivated. Right? I was doing triathlons and the ultra marathons and cycling crazy distances. And then I remember going through some hard times, and it was because of my own decisions, of course. But what for somebody who's trying to get fit, get healthy, change their life physically, maybe even spiritually, mentally while they're there with you, what is the biggest downfall when they start? You see people who don't come back or quit. What do you think that is? I've always tried to figure that out, because you can't teach motivation.
Yeah, I just think, what I remember that things are sometimes things that are hard are worth having a little bit. And I think sometimes we can't just give up right away. It really is some consistency, right?
Yeah.
And it's going to be hard. And we want to do what we want to do. You want to eat whatever you want to eat. You don't want to work. It's easy to just cop out.
Oh, comfort's a slow death, dude.
100%.
Comfort's a slow death.
It's tough. And then like you fall out of rhythm. It's easy to stay out of the rhythm, or like then you get sore and you got to go through that battle too, you know?
Yeah.
And then the thing with the gym is you always have to keep going. You always have to keep going. You stop.
Yeah.
Then you start seeing change. So like you have to find it and make it a lifestyle. So I think people have a hard time carving out an hour and a half for themselves. But why can't you give yourself an hour and a half for your health?
It comes down to discipline, right?
100%.
My goodness, that's discipline is what I've seen in success myself and others that I work with and other things I've been involved in. It really comes down to discipline. Holding yourself to a high standard and sticking to it.
Got to stick to it. You got to commit. And like also like if something happens, you can't let you like, I think some people are like, oh man, something came up. I can't go today. What was your plan B? Well, what are you going to do to make up for it? That was another thing. Like if I didn't get my 5 days or I lost one of my, when am I going to make up that day?
Yeah.
And some people just give up and I'm cool. I'll let it go.
Well, I've noticed for myself, like, especially after my daughter was born, it changes everything, right?
100%.
Your time, everything's just way different, right? And I was 39 having my first kid. I'll be 40 when my son's here, which is wild to me, right? But I remember thinking, okay, if I want to get a 60-mile ride in or run my 10 or 15 miles, I'm going to have to wake up earlier, right? Because I don't want, my thought was, I don't want anything that I'm doing, my podcast or film stuff with Chris or working out to take away from my family. Now, granted, there's going to be times where, okay, I got to do this day. It is what it is. But if it's in my control, and I tell this to probationary firefighters all the time, control what you can control. I can control what I eat. I can control going to bed on time and not staying up late.
Yep.
I can control setting my alarm and getting up early, a little bit earlier, so I can cycle and not take away from my family. It comes down to discipline. Now, let me tell you something. The first day I did it, I was like, oh my God, this is going to suck. But now I'm used to it, right? Now I'm like, good. I'm good to go. And there still has to be coordination between my wife, right?
Yep.
And so when I get done cycling, hey, she'll go work out and she'll go to the gym and do her thing. Work together. But that's what I've noticed for myself is, okay, I need to shift little things because my life has changed. Doesn't mean it's impossible. I just need to rearrange some things here and wake up a little bit earlier.
Time management is key.
Ooh, baby, let's
there
go.
It is. All right.
100%.
It's funny you say that. Like I literally was just like, all right, I'm busy. But so here's my little cardio secret that I do. I'm always responding, coming up with content ideas. You know how it is. Creating content. And like I don't want to be next to my girl doing content all night and everything.
100%.
And it happens too. But like what I do is I just walk up a treadmill and a sauna suit and I'm sitting there.
That's a great idea, actually.
And that way I'll just kill two birds with one stone. So I put a treadmill in my garage and every morning I wake up earlier than them. Mm-hmm. And I sit there and I work every morning. And that's just kind of like my me time, but at least I'm killing two birds with one stone. Like I'm doing my hour of cardio and I'm creating content, coming up with promos, doing whatever I need to do, responses, emails. Yeah. And that way I at least feel like I'm doing something. Then before you know it, I'm done with cardio. And I didn't take any time away from them.
Right.
I just had to get up early. Again, you said it sucks at first, but
dude, yeah.
Once you're used to it, you're just used to it, you know?
Yeah.
It becomes a lifestyle.
It does become a lifestyle.
That's what you got to do.
Yeah. No, dude, 100%. Now, you being a dad.
Yeah.
We don't need to say our children's names on here. But anyways, dude, it changed my life. You know, becoming a believer and putting Christ first in everything that I do, which I noticed was key to a lot now. Mm-hmm. Everything, I'm like, Lord, I want you in this. I'm going to pray over this. I want you to just lead me here. Because I don't want to act like I know what I'm doing. Because a lot of times I'm like, I don't know. I'm just going for it, right? Just trying to figure it out as I go. But, man, having my daughter, my first child be my little girl, it softened me so much. And I'm trying not to cry right now, but it really showed me the love of the Father. Mm-hmm. There's nothing. I look at my little girl and I think, she'll be a grown adult one day, but if she makes bad decisions or anything goes wrong or she, whatever it may be, I'll always bring her home. You'll always have a place in this house. 100%. Dude, it just, there's a love inside of me as a man I didn't know I had. And it's not to say I don't love my wife or my parents, my brothers and sisters, but it's so different when you have your child. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Actually, it was a little terrifying at first. And to be real with you, Justin, when my daughter was born and she came out and they handed her to me and I was like looking at her, I'm like, oh my God, you're here. Gave her back. We're doing our thing. I remember I stepped out of the room and I was like, oh my God, I'm an adult. That was the first time I was like, I'm actually a man now, I think.
It's funny because I think about, everybody asks me, life-changing moments. When you have a kid, your life instantly changes. There's not many times your life really instantly changes, but like as soon as you have a kid, if you're a good parent, your life changes every day on out because every decision you make is for the greater good of that kid.
Oh, yes.
And it should be. I just think every time I look at my daughter, I have to make the best decisions. I have to be there no matter what. Like I am, no matter what, going to be there for her, no matter what, no matter anything. And so I always know that if I make the best decisions, it's going to allow me to do that for her. And she's always watching. She needs somebody. She's going to emulate somebody. It's going to be me. So I got to make sure I'm doing the right things. And like they watch everything.
Oh my God.
They watch everything. So like I laugh. I love my daughter so much, man. She's such pure energy and like her heart is gold. And man, being a dad, being a girl dad is something truly, truly, truly special.
Oh, it's
like
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so special, man.
Yeah. And I embraced it from day one. I know some dads are like scared to grab. I was like right there, skin to skin contact, changing diapers, dancing, doing everything with her, doing her best. I learned to braid the hair, everything, man. I still try to braid her hair. Still,
I love it.
We're close. It's cool because she was 2 during the pandemic.
Oh.
And so she was 2 during the pandemic. What were we doing during the pandemic? We were home. Hanging out.
Yeah.
So I think that allowed me and her to get really, 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 really close because
everything shut down.
Everything was shut down. Yeah. So I think that's why we're really close because we got to spend a lot of time together. And that's my little bestie right there.
Well, I want to see any man that puts their family first and their children and they're working hard. Like I have so much respect for them because it is difficult, man. It's not, I think it's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I love her to death. But yeah, it changes your thought and there's worries and fears and I got to provide and this and that. Where am I putting my time? Is this wasting my time? Like, I don't want to, I can always make more money. Yep. We can always get more things, but that time with my daughter or my wife, I'll never get back. Your time is priceless.
Yeah.
So I'm always like, where am I putting my time?
That is the main thing. Spend quality time with your kids.
Yeah.
Spend quality time with your kids. And then again, if you have that partner, like you do, I have a partner that helps me out. And like, my partner allows me to do everything I can for my daughter and she spends time with her. It's truly special though, when you spend quality time. It's not about doing and spending all this money. They just want them time.
Yeah.
Like the other day, I kid you not, I let my daughter put makeup on me. It happens. It's every girl's, so cool. It's every girl dad's worst nightmare, but you just gotta let it happen. And like, she sat there the next day. She was like, "Dad, thank you so much. I had so much fun." And I'm just like,
"That's so cool."
It was 20 minutes. It was 20 minutes of just letting her put makeup on me, and she had a blast. She had a blast. I looked like a fool, but she had a blast.
Well, dude, I mean, even in those time, right? Mm-hmm. And even growing up, we didn't have much. My dad was a career Green Beret, right? Military. So it's not like we had a lot, but we don't remember that as kids.
Yeah.
It was the time and the camping that we did. It was so much fun, right? I don't remember, like, kids don't care about your bank account, how big your house is, your car. We had, I think, 6 or 7 people in a 1,400 square foot home in Lakewood. We didn't care. It was a blast.
That's
right?
a blast. That sounds like a good time.
Dude, it was so much fun, man. So I look back on those times, and those are the things I want to create with my family, especially when my son gets here, is spending that time with them, right? Because it's almost one of those things like my wife and I have noticed, even in Christmas, we'll get each other like little things, but we don't go out and buy big extravagant stuff because we'd rather spend that money doing stuff together as a family and going to the beach or going camping or going memories. Somewhere, creating those memories because that is what's going to last.
Yes.
You know, this The other day, it was a week ago. I was working in the backyard, getting ready because I was going to have family over for barbecue. And I came back in the house, and my wife had just put my daughter's new shoes on her. She's finally like walking everywhere. She keeps her hands up kind of high. It's the cutest thing. And I open the door, and she comes around the island in the kitchen. And she just goes, "Hi, Dada," just stomping. Bro, I melted right there. I wanted to just cry. I was like, "Oh my God." You know, I'm just like, I'll never forget that. I will never take my home, take my cars, take my everything. Like that was everything to me. It was beautiful.
It gets better and better, but cherish those days, man. Like I miss the dada, and they're getting older now. They get a little sassy, but
Get a little bit of opinion.
But then at the same time, they'll be right underneath. Like I love my daughter. Is so funny. Like she has to touch me all the time. She has to like just be touching me next to dad, and she doesn't even know she's touching me. She's just leaning on me a little bit, and I just like she loves me. That's and like I'm just always going to cherish every moment I have with her. But man, your daughter, that's like such a great age right there. I miss that age.
It's amazing, dude. I never thought I would have a family. I got to the point where I was like, okay, well, and there's another miracle what the Lord has done. Like I wasn't really supposed to be able to have children. So that there was a me issue, right? And I remember going to the doctor, and they're like, "Hey, we see these issues with a lot of firefighters. So that gear we wear, they call it turnout gear, right? It's the gear we put on when we fight fire, protects us and all that." He said, "Do not put that on unless you have to. Unless your SOPs, your guidelines at work say you have to wear it on certain calls like fires and rescues and car accidents, do not put it on." There's a huge infertility problem that happens with a lot of firefighters. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to do that. And of course they're like, take a cold shower and this and eat healthier or whatever. Dude, the count went up. Everything was good. And I remember my wife coming to me. She's like, "I'm pregnant." And man, I remember going and walking outside because I was kind of like, wait, what? I've been chilling my whole life, right? I ain't got no kids. I've been enjoying my life,
Yeah.
And I went for a walk, and I remember distinctly just walking and just saying, "Thank you. Thank you for this. This is truly a gift." And what's tough for me in my line of work is we see a lot of people who don't take care of their children, abuse and other things. And it just breaks my heart because I'm thinking it's true. What the Bible says is so true. Your children are a gift and a heritage.
Yes.
That is from God, man. Like
100%.
You better take care of them. You better do everything you can. And I see that now. The excitement I have for my son to get here, I'm like, dude, God, can we hurry up here? Like, let's get this going, baby,
Yeah.
So that's why, seeing you and the way you talk about your faith, the community and the training that you do with people, we need more men to be bold and to take care of business, to be leaders. That's huge. And one thing I do want to tell you is that community aspect is huge. When I gave my life to the Lord, I lost a lot of friends. There's a lot of people I hung out with that are like, "You're not the same guy anymore." It's like, well, I just don't. It was interesting. It's like I just didn't have a desire to do certain things anymore. It just kind of went away, right? It was like it was just kind of gone. I don't want to. I'm like, nah, it's just not me. And I prayed about it because it hurts, right? These are people you thought, oh, they're always going to have my back.
Yeah.
Then boom, they're gone, disappear. But I can see the people that Christ has now brought in my life, that community and those people, Chris being one of them, and now you and some other people that have come in. And I think I didn't lose, I gained, baby.
There it is.
Because we've talked about this where, sometimes when a door closes or something ends, it could be hard and it hurts. But a lot of times a no is really protection. It's a setup for something that's greater to come, but you got to be patient. You got to trust God. And I've had to live that and walk that. And I'm going to tell you, I'm an impatient person, Justin.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I want stuff now. We got to work hard. We got to make opportunity. We got to do this. And that's the one thing I learned is Christ, he's never late. He's never early. He's right on time. And he's going to bring the right people in your life, especially when you change your life. And I see it happening. And again, it puts me in a place of thankfulness because now I have the right people who want actually the best for me, who will call me out on my BS, who will say, "Dude, like, you're off today. What's going on?" Dude, I'm dealing with this. Like, all right, well, let's pray. Let's handle this right now. It's like, oh, wait, what? Oh, yeah, let's do that. So the community aspect of what you're doing is huge. And I don't think people realize we need community. We're not meant to be alone. That's even biblical.
Yeah.
We need community. But for just speaking from a man standpoint, you want to be around other men with the same goals, the same mindset, who want to build and be great together.
100%.
So what you're doing is huge, man.
It's man, you just said so much right now.
Oh, sorry.
Oh man, there's so many things to touch on. From one of the last takeaways from my 100 men versus gorilla event was I was chasing 100 men, and the last one we schedule a date, and sometimes you just have a bad date. A lot of people are doing different things, you know.
Yeah.
Even alone at the gym, we had our grand opening. Look, we didn't have the biggest turnout, but it was the best one yet. And so many people told me it was the best one yet. And like we had about 15 guys in there, and it was special. And then I took it away as this. The quality of the man is what I'm really chasing. I just need the right man. I don't need 100 men. Like we'll build in numbers, but we just need the right man. And you started touching about the community and having the right people and gaining the right people versus being around the wrong. I will 100% choose having the right crowd around me versus having people that are not for me in my corner.
Oh,
And
yeah. Well, we always look at numbers, right? That's inherently right. Instagram. Well, how many followers do they have, right?
Yep.
How many views am I getting on this? God doesn't work that way. And that's going through my Bible studies and reading the Bible. He does not see things the way that we do, right? It's so different. And you hit on a point, because I remember doing and giving my testimony and doing this event. And I'm like, all right, I help plan. I'm like, cool, we're going to do this. We're advertising. We've got sponsors. People give money. Cool. Show up, dude. Like 12 people came. I remember standing, I was in the back and they did worship. And I was like, and I hate to say this, but I was like, dude, what a waste. I can't believe only 12. This is so ridiculous. But then I was like, you know what? Whatever. I'm going to go out there. I'm just going to give it my all. And I spoke for about 40 minutes and I just went for it. And it's funny because I remember I had the stuff written down, never looked at it. Right? I'm just going to go for this. And the night ended. And it was really cool, actually, after. I remember thinking, you know what? I'm in the wrong mindset. Well, a month later, I got a message on Instagram from this dude. And he attended that thing. He's like, oh, I saw your ad, and I attended. And he said, I just want to tell you that night was amazing, and I got baptized a week later. And I'm sorry, I'm crying because, dude, it goes to show you, like, it's about the one. God chases the one, dude. If you can change one person's life, you change the world, man. It's not about changing the world. It's changing someone's world. And I remember seeing that. And I cut off the message and I was like, Lord, I'm so sorry. I totally looked at this through my own eyes and my own vision. I wanted numbers. And if it was just him that you were going after and you used me, amen.
There it is.
Amen, dude. It's not the numbers. It's the people, man. It's who are there. You want to impact those lives, man.
100%.
So it's like, you throw that rock into the lake, right? And you see those ripple effects. You never know what that one person's going to do, who they're going to become.
Never know.
You have no idea, man. So the community and what you're doing, keep going.
I appreciate
You got to keep going, man, because we may not see the lives we impact now, but you'll see it in the next.
100%. Like, man, you just said it. It's just affecting one. That's all. That's all. And but the thing is this. I saw the quality of the men that day, and I know the quality of the men that missed something. There's something really special brewing with that 100 men in Gorilla. And, you know, I was going back and forth being like, oh, maybe I'll just make it every other month. No, I'm going to make it every month. And, you know, those who want to be there will be there, and we'll keep doing it. And the right men will want to be there, and we will grow. We will grow. And it's becoming something special. Again, I love opening it up in faith. We keep it faith-driven. I keep God in the beginning of everything that I do.
Dude.
I do it with my relationship with my lady. I do the relationship with my daughter. I do it in business. I with my teammates, with my clients, everything. I always bring them up. If I have that foundation, I'm set.
Dude. Well, at the end of the day, brother, I have yet to see a hearse pulling a bank account behind it to the grave, or their cars, or their certificates, or whatever achievements they had. Because really, at the end of the day, most of that stuff doesn't even matter.
Don't.
right? That's not what the Lord's looking at, right? Did you accept me into your life? Did you have a relationship with me, man? Did you tell people about me?
Mm-hmm.
So you stand before him, and reality check for people who are listening, you will. There's no doubt about it. None of us are getting off this earth alive.
100%.
There is a day you were born. There's a day when it's going to be over. And I find it so interesting how, we prep so hard. We got to go to college and we got to get the career and I got to do this and I got to build these things and I got to do all that because this is what life is. And this, this is what culture says. But you don't want to prepare for the end of life. Like, like this is coming. It come at any time. Like, you better be ready, man.
All the signs are there,
God, bro. Yeah.
All the signs are there. Get right.
Oh, yeah. So,
right.
dude, I respect it so much, man. Now, you're going to be in a competition tomorrow?
No, next Saturday.
Next week? Okay, next Saturday.
Week, yeah.
Okay, so here, I'm going to say this, right? And I mean this not in any weird way, but like I looked at your Instagram, okay? And I'm going to reference Tropic Thunder, right, Mike? Dude, this guy's more shredded than a Julian shallot, baby. Okay, I was like, I think he's got 18 abs, right? You're like, turn this way.
I said 18 last night.
Yeah. Your arms popping. I'm like, dude, this guy's coming on my podcast, and I'm like this skinny cyclist. This is embarrassing. Here we go. But, dude, that takes a lot of work. That's a lot of work. Like people don't understand the amount of time.
Much work.
Oh, dude, your diet, your sleep, your exercise, how you're lifting the weights and getting certain poses and everything you want to get done. What got you into that and to this place now to do that? Because that is hard work. I'm talking hard work.
I'm gonna be so honest with you. I don't know how I got into this. The fact that I'm gonna be up there in a Speedo. I do know how I got into this.
That's right.
I'm in a Speedo, posing in front of everybody.
Do you use a butt glue? Is there butt glue? You got to put butt glue in those things?
Well, I don't know about butt glue. No one told me about anything about butt
glue. Oh, dude.
So
I think cheerleaders do that. I used to remember because I dated cheerleader for a while, but she's like, yeah, we use this butt glue to keep our panties stuck to our butt or something.
I don't know.
Oh, dog.
I don't know. Yeah,
you're going full thong.
I heard it's on a thong. It's like booty shorts. It's like booty shorts, and my boy was telling me that I got to go get a spray tan butt naked.
Do the thong, bro. Just do the thong.
I might as well at this point. Honestly, I might as well. How did I get in this? Well, I first of all, everyone's like, "Oh man, you do great. You do great at being bodybuilding." I was like, "Yo, I'll do a show. I got a trainer." And then we set a date, and then I was talking to some guys, and I decided that I needed a trainer in person. So I went back to one of my other guys that was training. His name is Casey. Shout out to Casey.
What up, Casey?
Casey is a great coach. He's out of Fit Nation. So if you guys looking for a good coach, Casey's the man. I'm a good coach. Casey's the man, though. I gotta say, Casey's got me right. Casey has been on me since I went back to Casey in December.
Last year?
December, like in 2025.
Okay.
When I went back to him, he was like, look, you said you wanted to do a show. Let's get a date. What's the date? What's the date? What's the date? That's the date.
So he's just pushing you.
I love it,
he's
dude. Like, all right, so here's the date. So I was like, all right, man, we're 12 weeks out. We're 11 weeks out. We're 6 weeks out. Oh, man, this is coming. Like, so, now we're talking about the sleep, the diet, the nutrition. First of all, for the nutrition, my girl is fed me every meal pretty much. So
dude,
like she's
meal
perfect. I know. That's why I'm gonna shout her out too. Thank you so much. Her and her mama feed me all the time.
I love it.
It's been a whole household, honestly. Just making sure staying on top of me. The cardio versus strength training. I think people think it's working out. No, it's two different things. Like it's 60. Now I'm doing 80 minutes of cardio a day pretty much, and then I have to lift. And it's every day. But then the posing, look, the posing is so hard. I think people watch maybe Mr. Olympia and all these guys and how graceful and how good. Like, it is hard. I am.
Yeah.
You know, and they're like smiling. They're like, it takes a lot of practice. And that's when I realized that bodybuilding and it is a sport. And I know it's probably been said that it's a sport, but like, it is a sport. I have such respect for the professionals that do this. It's hard. Anybody thinking like, oh, this NFL guy was going to be able to do this. I'm like, no, I've worked my butt off for this. And I just have so much more respect for bodybuilding. It's funny to me because sometimes, in life we go different directions, right? I went the football direction. You know, some people don't get into fitness until whenever, but there's some kids that start bodybuilding early. You know what I mean? And like, it's a whole nother world. And I just have so much appreciation for it. I'm looking forward to this first show and competing. At first I was like, man, I just want to finish, but like now I want the W. I want to win. I want to win. I want to put it out there.
Oh yeah.
I know I can't control what the judges are looking for that day, but man, I feel really pumped about the package me and my coach have put together. And I know I'm going to show well that day.
Yeah.
And it's just been a great experience. I'm already thinking about what I'm going to do in the off season. I am going to do one more show after that, just to see how much I can grow. Like, how much can I grow? Get the feedback, what areas I need to work on, and how much I can grow. And like that's going to be the win for me. Will I continue doing bodybuilding after that? Who knows? But like, I'm definitely going to do one more show just to see how much I can push myself to grow from the feedback that I get.
Always pushing yourself, dude. My gosh, that's the thing I'm getting from you, dude. Always push for more. I love it.
Yeah. And I also wanted to like show people like do something. You know, I think a lot of people are scared to do something, get in like. Most growth comes from being in an uncomfortable situation.
Oh, baby.
Yeah,
yes,
it's
sir.
true. I must say,
yeah,
it's the truth. And like, what's more uncomfortable than getting in a Speedo in front of everybody and posing in a sport that you've never done before, you know? So like, I usually sit at 255, 260. I'm a big guy. Like, I think, you know, I'm lean right now. I've always felt like I had a nice body, but like, man, I look at me now like, dude, I'm cut. Like, this is it, you know? I had to work for this. And I hope my clients, I hope anybody that sees this podcast and realize like this ex-offensive lineman who was 330 or just sees my before and after, even where I was at just in December, like, man, I worked for this. I learned like my posing, like it's still not the greatest. Don't get me wrong, because I'm new to this, but like, man, from where I started to where I am right now, like I've been practicing. Like, you know, you're going to have to practice. You're going to have to put in work if you want to achieve anything. And it's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to become like you can push yourself. And I just hope that anybody that sees this has the courage to start and to continue to keep going. Don't get discouraged if it doesn't seem like it's working fast enough. Because I remember being in my garage, I'm just like, dude, I don't know about posing. Like, I just don't get it. Like,
yeah.
But, you know, again, I just kept practicing. Just like anything, I went to practice, right? Practice. Got a coach, right? Coaches need coaches too. Got a coach. Just like I expect my clients, they're paying me. I'm there to, like, I got a coach too. Yeah. So I just, that's why I did this, you know? I hope people see this.
Well, so it was you want to see how far you can go.
Yeah.
To put a goal in front of yourself and see if you can reach that goal and go beyond.
Look, to see the other day I saw I was 238 and 4% body fat. And I was like, what? Like 238, 4% body fat? Like that in itself has been, and do I think I'm 4% body fat? I don't know. But to see the machine say that, I was like, man, I worked hard. I remember this thing when I started was 14. So, I mean,
dude, you got to be proud of yourself. I mean, think about where you were years ago, right? At 250, 300 pounds. And now look at you. That is proof in itself that if you put hard work, dedication, and discipline, truly, you can be anything you want to be, right? I say this so many times when we get new recruits and firefighters. We live in America. Okay, people die to come here, to try and get here, right? Mm-hmm. In this country, as long as you work hard for something and you put in all the effort, you can truly be anyone that you want to be. And I pull up, and the one thing I always do is I pull up becoming an astronaut and all the qualifications. I'm like, all right, here you go. Now you need to, join the military or whatever it is, master's degree, mathematics, blah, blah, blah. I was like, that's not for me. I'm not drawn to it. But if you are, here you go. Now go for it.
Go for it.
Right? So I always tell them, your life is in your hands. If you don't pass this academy or you don't get to where you want to go in life, you have no one to blame but yourself. Because a lot of them are very young, 21, 22, and they're sitting there just like, I'm just going to give you a hard reality check right now.
Yep.
You are responsible for yourself. You are a team member here. You need to work hard. You need to study and keep your academics up. You need to stay physically in shape. This is not impossible. But if you don't meet the standard, it's not going to happen. You're gone, right? And I tell them it pays to be a winner. Hard work and discipline will get you anywhere, but you have to put the work in.
Have to.
That's it. So I'm excited for you, man. I personally, we're going to talk more after this because I'm like, maybe I could show up here. Is it okay if I like paint my face and have my shirt off and have a bouncing head of you?
Please do.
Okay, I'm going to get Chris to come. We'll do it together.
Please do. No, honestly, I'm going to be looking at you while I'm flexing.
I love it.
I'll look at you too, babe. But I'm going to look at him. That's pretty big. And Logan.
I love it, dude. I freaking love it. Where can somebody wants to talk to you about training, or do we call it coaching? I want to make sure I'm using the right terminology here.
Coaching, training.
Okay.
I like the term coach. You know,
Coach, okay.
Coach, but trainer, coach, it's all interchangeable.
How do they get in contact with you?
They can always reach out to me on Instagram.
Okay.
Justin_Cheadle.
Cool. And you're the guy that's posing in that's your like profile picture, right?
Yeah, I think that pose. I have some of my community behind me. I think I did a boot camp that day.
Well, dude, you look jacked. So I was like, damn, this is jacked, boy.
You
No,
know,
I love it, dude. Man, thank you so much for coming on the podcast, dude. I'm humbled that you're here, that you responded to the email. You have a lot to offer to people, this life, your family. Keep going. We know how life is. There's setbacks, but I do believe there is a calling on your life, and you need to see that through. Nothing's impossible, dog. You can do anything, man.
Look, I really appreciate being here today, being in this space, meeting you today, and I want you to keep doing what you're doing. You're supposed to be in every room you're talking to, and I urge you to get in more rooms because you're special. Your story, everything you're given, and more is coming. So be ready for that.
I appreciate that. I hope
Be
so,
ready
man.
for it.
Sometimes I doubt I'll call
Don't doubt
Chris. I'm
yourself.
like, I don't know what I'm doing, Chris. I suck.
Your energy is amazing, and it's gonna go far. This relationship right here is gonna go further beyond this podcast because you're great peoples. You're great.
I appreciate that, man. It came through some hard struggles and bad decisions, but I'm just thankful that the Lord kept chasing after me, dude, and changed me.
Those make the best people, though.
You know what, man? I agree with you.
Those make the best people.
Yeah, because I look back and I'm like, dude, I don't ever want to go back to that lifestyle. That was terrible, dude.
100%.
It was so much madness and drama. But dude, God is just so good. That's all I could say. And I'll tell you this: my favorite verse that I hold so dear to my heart is Isaiah 43:2. When you go through deep waters, I will be with you. And I know that God's promises are true. I've seen it in my life. I've seen it in others. And I hold that so close because there's times where, still hard things happen, or I'm in a weird, difficult situation at work or see terrible things. I'm like, all I say is I just need you right now. Guide me and lead me, man. He always has. He's always come through. And I look back, I'm like, dang, dude, I got through that. Thank you. Like, I appreciate that.
That's him. He's always with you.
Yeah, man. So real quick, we used to do this in the early years of podcasts. We're going to do it again. It's just three quick questions. Nothing inappropriate. I told you that. I don't do that. But I just want to see it because you'll answer and I'll answer. Maybe I'll get your lady to come over here on the mic real quick and let her answer too, or Chris. But all right, your first one. You ready?
Sure.
Okay. This is Answer the Internet. Okay. Would you rather live in colonial times or the year 2500?
Do I gotta give a why or just kind of just say the answer?
You can whatever way you want.
I'm just going 2500.
Okay.
Okay.
Why? Gotcha, baby.
2500 sounds fun.
2500 sounds good.
Sounds cool.
Honestly, I would too. I'm just gonna say this. I'm mixed, half black, half white. Because I know if I was in colonial times, I'd be a slave.
You said it. I still want to say it. I ain't going back there.
Yeah, like, nah, dude, I ain't serving anyone's food, okay? Like, we're out of here, dude. I'm right there with you, dude.
Yep.
I'm right there with you. Okay. Second one. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Would you rather, okay, what how old are you again?
I'm 37 now.
Okay, we're the same generation. We're the same generation.
Yeah.
So you're gonna know this reference, okay? All right. Would you rather be stuck in Jurassic Park or Jumanji?
Ooh.
I saw this. I loved it because I was like, ooh, that's a good question.
Would I rather? Jumanji seems fun.
I agree.
Yeah, Jumanji
seems out of control, dude. Out of control.
Jumanji seems fun. I'm gonna say Jumanji.
Yeah,
bro.
I'm with you on that one. I would rather be in Jumanji, and hopefully Robin Williams will be there.
Yeah.
Kind of make it a little bit fun. Jurassic Park just seems like death.
That's what I was thinking.
You
I
know,
was like, I'm like, I already know how this is gonna end.
Yeah.
Jumanji at least would be a little
well, dude,
exciting.
the Raptors. That's what I remember, like seeing the Raptors. I'm like, dude, I would die.
Yeah.
There's no way. There's no way.
It's not making out that one. So
Yeah, no.
Jumanji, let's have a shot.
Oh yeah, dude. Rhinos running down the street, dude, taking over the world. I'm in, dude. Okay, this is your last one. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Which group is worse? I love this. Okay, I can't wait. I'm really interested in what you're gonna say. Okay, which group is worse?
Okay.
The people who clap during a movie, or the people who clap when the airplane lands?
Oh, the people that clap during the airplane.
100%.
I just don't understand it.
100%.
I don't understand it.
What's your lady's name?
Elvira.
Elvira.
I'll call her E.
Can you come over here real quick? Come on. I want you to answer this question.
Is she sore too?
You come out. You come out. You have her doing the gym workout?
She's a trainer too.
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
working
Here,
hard.
you can come right over here to this microphone, okay? So, which group is worse? The people who clap during a movie, or the people who clap when the airplane lands? Go ahead.
Definitely the airplane. Sometimes I'm just waking up from a nap. I'm like, let me sleep.
She's so real.
Why are you waking me up?
That's the best. That's it. You're right.
Yeah.
You're exactly right.
You got a good woman right there, dude. I love
smart.
that, dude.
She's smart.
Where's
so
Chris?
real.
Chris, you got to answer this question. Get over. Get on the mic. Get on the mic. Get over here, Chris. We're gonna ask you again. Everybody, this is the world famous Chris Kova. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you a question again. Okay.
Okay.
Which group is worse? Okay. The people who clap during a movie, or the people who clap when the plane lands?
You gotta go airplane.
Why?
How are you gonna applaud someone for doing their job?
Oh,
That's what I was thinking. He's doing your job. He's doing your job.
I
Movie,
like
it's,
that.
It's art. You know.
Yeah.
It's a show.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be clap.
I got
It's supposed to be
yeah.
clap.
I'll be honest with you guys. I clap in the movie. I get lost. I get lost in the theater. In the movie, in the story. I'm the one clapping.
No, I appreciate a really good movie.
Yeah, 100%.
Like a really good movie.
100%.
I'll stand up, I'll clap.
Yeah,
And
and
no
then
one's really, so he's the kid movies.
yeah, when we get
Just
Chris,
the kid movies.
yeah, when Chris finally gets one of his movies in the theaters, guess who's gonna be clapping at the end? Us. Yeah, dude. It'll be I freaking know that guy.
Yeah.
I love it, dude. Well, again, you know what, dude? I want to do this for you right now. While we end, I'm gonna pray for you. Let's do this, dude. Heavenly Father, thank you for this time with Justin and his lady and just Chris and everyone who's here in this room. Lord, you ordained this, and we thank you so much for your grace and what you've done for all of us. Father, be in Justin's life, in the things that he pursues, the people that he coaches, the communities, and whatever is going on in his life, Lord, please have your hand on it. Take care of his family and be with him, Lord, and let him continue to touch the lives of people that he serves, Lord. We thank you so much for your grace and your mercy. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I love it, man. Well, we're going to do a Let's Go on through. You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Let's go.
Bye, everybody.